I'm Duke Beefhammer, and you're watching the Dookie Channel. KAYFABE Kombat. Hello everybody, my name's Duke Beefhammer, and today we're going to be talking about some wrestling and video games. You may be asking yourself, who the hell is Duke Beefhammer? Well, I've been a professional wrestler for a few years. On top of that, I've played video games my whole life. So I want to talk about both of them with you. I often talk to people and say, the thing I like most about wrestling is it feels like live action fighting games. I really love playing fighting games. And if you ever played a fighting game and you think of pro wrestling, there's probably one person you're automatically thinking of. And that's a Soviet bad boy right here. And I got to thinking, man, if Zangeif was a real wrestler, what kind of style would he have? What kind of promotions would he work for? So I did some research, and I'm gonna go from his debut in the World Warrior Tournament to today. And if each game release is considered a contract, well, what promotions would he work for? So I've done some research, and I think I have a fun list of trying to figure out where Zangeif would go, when, and where. Without further ado, let's just get started on this. I'm gonna take this jacket off. Oh. Before we get into what promotions I feel like he'd go for, let's just talk about his moveset for a second. His basic moveset from when he started was bites, forearm shots, uppercuts, big boots, big ass chops, lariats, before we even get into the main bread and butter of his suplexes and power bombs, man. And on top of that, he has the ups of a madman to do Okada level drop kicks. And his finishing move, well, it feels like it started off as a spinning pile driver, but that just quickly turned into a transitional move into the final Atomic Buster. June 1st, 1956, a man was born. He would grow up to be a 7-foot tall monster, around 400 pounds, worker rate, with all the pride in his heart to his country of Mother Russia. He is obsessed with one thing, and that is proving that Russian wrestling is superior to all other forms of fighting. It has been documented that his training has consisted of wrestling bears in Arctic temperatures, leaving scars all over his body. The only thing stronger than his love for his country is a sense of style, man. Look at these robes. Dude is like Ric Flair whenever it comes to picking out his robes. Whenever he started in the Indies, he had the name of Vodka Gorbalski, and he'd probably keep that name all the way until signing his first contract. So his first contract he signed would probably be about 1991, the release of Street Fighter II. What promotions do I think Zangeif would look into if he got to pick and choose his contracts? If every promotion is like, hey, we want you, which one would he pick? Let's look at the time period. WCW's champion was Ric Flair. New Japan had Vader, but knowing his strong sense of pride, I feel like one company would come to Zangeif with the opportunity to show off what he wants more than anything else in the world. And that is to show his strong pride to Mother Russia and to prove to everybody why Russian wrestling is superior. I didn't expect this, but I feel like he would start at the WWF, because the champion in 1991 was Sergeant Slaughter. And Sergeant Slaughter was doing the whole Iraqi sympathizer gimmick, and I'm thinking if you just tweak the story a little bit, you could easily slide in Zangeif there. Take the belt off Warrior. I think that's who the champion was. I didn't write down who he beat for the title, my bad. And just hand the belt right to Zangeif on debut. Vince would take one look at him, see a big muscly dude, and he'd be like, all right, here you go, here's the belt. Here's the belt, take it, take the belt, hold on for a little bit. By the way, my buddy Hulk Hogan, he's coming back. Can you keep it warm for him? Because let's just be real, Zangeif would drop the belt to Hogan. You can't stop it. Hogan always wins. But it'd be a dominating run until that point. And even after losing to Hogan, I could just see Zangeif being like, well, who else can I test my might on, you know? Prove Russian wrestling strong against world warriors such as Yokozuna, Bret Hart, Papa Shango, and the real American. So yeah, I feel like it'd be a no-brainer for him to be like, you know what? Yeah, I will sign to the WWE or WWF. And Street Fighter II lasts from 1991 to 1996 because Zangeif didn't make another appearance until Street Fighter Alpha 2. So with the release of a new game comes a new contract. with 1996. For rules of my own show, I'm probably going to keep the door rotating so we can get some variety. And I don't see Zangeif playing well with Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels will throw a fit because Zangeif did a super kick or something. I don't know. So would he go to WCW and take on their champion of Macho Man Randy Savage? No, I don't see it. Because the NWO is there, he would see the NWO as taking more time away from him trying to prove that Russian wrestling is number one. That is number one goal for Zangeif, is to prove that his country has superior wrestling. So where do I think he'll go? I'm going to say 3 people's names. Misawa, Kenta, and Kawada. I feel like Zangief's going to be mixing up with the All Japan Kings, and it's going to be the most glorious shit in the world. Let's just look at the redesign of Zangeif from Street Fighter 2 to Alpha. In Street Fighter 2, he was a hulking monster of a man. In Street Fighter Alpha, this sumbitch got the Scott Steiner's treatment. He has peaks on top of his peaks, and he just looks overall more brutal, more hard-hitting, and just straight up scarier, which is why I am excited this Russian bastard go to All Japan. But sadly, I'm a victim to my own rule, and 1998's coming, and Zangief started showing up in the Marvel vs. Capcom series. Same monstrous design, but now a little quicker, and with a new ability of iron skin that he probably learned just from taking Kobashi's chops. So where does he go? Does he go back to the Fed? If he goes to the Fed, then he gets a feud with Stone Cold, Mankind, The Rock, and Triple H. That could be fun. Nah, I don't think so. It's more of a promo-focused show at this point. And even though Zangief has fun promos where he just talks down to people, I just don't see him gelling well with the direction the WWF is going at this time. So does that mean WCW? WCW had the NWO, Sting, Goldberg? Huh. Goldberg and Zangief could be fun. Goldberg and Zangief could be really fun. Let me think about my options here. Well, New Japan. Okay, let's see who the champions of New Japan are from 1998. Scott Norton and Chono! Oh my god! Done. He's going to New Japan. He's going to New Japan. And oh god! Zangief and Scott Norton having a powerbomb battle, man! The program's leading up to it where they're just staring at each other, dropping people on their heads. Oh god, this could be fun. Yeah, suck it. He's going to New Japan. He's going to New Japan till the year 2000. He's only going to be in the New Japan for 2 years because Capcom vs. SNK is coming out. And it's bringing Zangief a little bit more down to reality with the Capcom vs. SNK series being a little bit more grounded. So it's the year 2000. Where's he signing? Let's read the room again. WCW, is this the time Zangief's going to have that match with Goldberg? Because deep in the back of his mind, you know he wants it. You know he wants it. What is happening in WCW in the year 2000?
Quick! Change the channel!
What about the Fed? Okay, let's look at WWF. Triple H and The Rock are heading the show. Okay, that could be fun. Okay, maybe not. I don't know. I don't think Zangief's big into playing the storyline part of things. He just wants to beat people up to prove Russian superiority and not playing the political game of being the face of a company. So maybe he might go back to All Japan and wrestle Muta? That could be fun. That could be really fun. I think he'll go back to All Japan, wrestle Muta, and I feel like he'll make a stop in TNA Wrestling because Ken Shamrock's their champion. I feel like that could be a really fun match to watch. That brings us to 2004 with the release of Capcom Fighting Evolution. This game killed the Capcom fighting game scene. Let's just do to Zangief what this damn game did for everybody else. Zangief gets injured. Okay, he gets injured, he doesn't sign with anybody, doesn't do anything. Zangief's on the shelf. Capcom Fighting Evolution sucked, on the shelf. Thanks Capcom Fighting Evolution, may you rot in hell for killing fighting games for 4 years? Guess it felt way longer than that. That brings us to 2008 and Street Fighter's back with the original roster, including our boy. With the return of Street Fighter comes a new design. And we got a design more like the Zangief from Street Fighter 2 than Alpha. We also got a character change. He's less about trying to prove that Russian wrestling is #1 and more just trying to be a hero for children? Why is he trying to be a hero? I don't understand why he'd want to. I don't understand the gimmick change, but maybe he just got a little older and he just wants to be the superhero. He wants to be the superhero for kids to look up to. And it's 2008. What is the one promotion in 2008 that wanted to pander towards children and give them superheroes to look up to? TVPG WWE. That's where Zangeif's going. He's less about the hard-hitting style. He's just wanting to be more of the gimmick, the character, to entertain and put smile on children's faces, because that's what Zangeif is at this point in time. He is less mocking and talking down to and more lifting spirits up and helping people. So yeah, he's going to the Fed, baby. And he's gonna have a fun time until his contract expires in 2012. That's when Street Fighter Cross Tekken came out. In 2012, I think he's going to the Indies. I don't think he's signing with Impact. I don't think he's signing with New Japan. I think he's going to the Indies, having a good old time, touring the world, touring the country, just beating people up and connecting with every fan that he can, fist bumping children, and just putting smiles on faces. I'm envisioning it much like how PCO did in the time period of 2012 to 2016, which is the release of Street Fighter V. Let me think about what's going on in 2016. Street Fighter V's out. Who are the champions where? Oh shit, the Neverweight title! Done. He's going to challenge for the Neverweight title, challenge an Ishii, and bringing back his New Japan hard-hitting style, and he has his ability of Iron Skin back as a V skill, so he's probably going to want to do more hard-hitting stuff. Beating the piss out of everybody, he'd have really great matches with Minoru Suzuki, having dropkick spots with Okada, they may be a headbutt spot with Shibata. He's going to New Japan, and it just sounds like a really fun time. He still gets to connect with children while also being the old Zangief of old, lifting spirits with fighting spirit. He'd probably make a few appearances with the Forbidden Door opening in AEW and Impact and stuff, but I feel like his home right now would be definitely New Japan Pro Wrestling, and that's not a bad place to be. So overall, what was the timeline? Start of the career, WWF, then AJPW, All Japan, which was beating the hell out of uppercuts. Oh god, All Japan beating the hell out of each other. To New Japan so we can have the Scott Norton powerbomb off and getting kicked in the face by Masahiro Chono. Then going back to All Japan with some stops maybe in TNA, with a 4-year hiatus to the WWE, then to the Indies, and then home back to New Japan. That's what I think anyway. I could be totally wrong. Maybe I don't understand the character. And if you don't think I understand the character, let me know in the comments what I did wrong. Fix it next time. I'd like to do this again. If this is something that you find interesting, please let me know in the comments. Let me know what other video game characters you'd like me to analyze and say what promotions they'd go to. I got a few up in here, and I feel like this is the way I want to do it, with the green screen and the game footage behind me. Tell your friends. I want to keep doing this. Subscribe. I want to grow, and I want you to be with me. Till then, I'm Duke Beefhammer, and you can't beat the meat. Later.